Oh, you just dropped the F-bomb.
I'm sorry. Was this meant to be like a 13 plus stream? Sorry.
Yeah, it is,
Why you
actually.
shouldn't employ me. Okay, so we're waiting to get an invite to the next game, and we'll be right back into it again. Much apologies. This never happens, ever. When was the last time the stream started lagging that badly for you, Panwell? Please tell us.
Yesterday,
Oh,
like for no apparent reason, by the way. Like no apparent reason really, and then all of a sudden, a few minutes later, it was totally smooth and fine. At least that's what people told me. I even checked the vaults, and they were right. And I didn't change a thing, right? And just to be on the level, I have more than enough internet to stream pretty much anything because I have like 10 mega upload and the 15th most powerful CPU in the world right now. So I don't get what happened at all.
Yep, so we're getting invited into a game. It looks like it's going to be Weiman against DruidzPatjuh. And we're going to be ready to go into. I'm just going to open Starboard. La-di-da. You know, just make sure before later in the game. Later on, I just get even more confused. So we're going to have Weiman. He's going to be playing a yellow Terran colour, and he's going to be up against a teal Protoss player, DruidzPatjuh. And I'm not sure which round this is in. What? If it's the round of 32, the round of 21, round of 64. But we'll find out for you ASAP. And as we just wait for the game to start up, both these players look like they're just in Masters. So a Master and a High Diamond. The High Diamond player was previously Master. Looks like he's just been knocked down at the start of the season. So we're ready. Hopefully the stream's actually going live behind all of this talking and stuff.
Yes, it is. It is live. So here's hoping that it will not lag.
Thank you very much to everyone who stayed with us, because you know we went out with 130 viewers and we still have 130 viewers, so
that's absolutely awesome. Much love to you guys, and
yeah, thank you very much for putting up with us.
Apparently I was banned for laughing, according to the chat.
Wow, you know what's going to be awesome now when it lags as soon as we go into this game.
Oh my god, don't call, no, Wardy, like, shut up, Jesus. Ah, no.
I love cursing it. Right, we're ready, we're waiting for the game to start. Because we've been saying go flipping forever. So, now you get to experience the Wardy observing, and the Wardy observing is interesting because we quite often enjoy looking at what isn't actually very important, so it's going to be quite the experience. And we are ready to go. So again, very sorry for the downtime. Very sorry that you didn't probably see the end of the last game. Basically, the Zerg who was ahead won. Yep. Not much happened apart from the fact he made meters and won, so you guys saw that bit. Again, very, very sorry, and hopefully from now it's going to go without a hitch as we load on up into our first game. I'm just going to have to make sure I get the keybinds right. So yeah, looks good, and we are in game on the load screen.
Yeah, I'm just going to be monitoring the chat while we do casts to make sure that people are not complaining about lags and stuff. So, would you mind doing the introductions this time?
My starboard is out of position.
Oh, never mind, I'll do the introductions.
Swap players, yeah, okay, it's sorted. I can go if you want, or if you want to
go,
go for it.
Go!
In the bottom right hand corner, we do have our yellow Terran player, Weiman.
And in the top left corner, we do have our Protoss player in the teal colors, DSCL, apparently, or DSCL. I don't actually know how it's pronounced, but he is the Protoss in teal colors, and this map, of course, is Ohana, and I'm not going to tell you what Ohana means.
No, I'm sick of hearing that, man.
Yeah,
I'm actually sick of hearing that. So DruidzPatjuh, he's just putting that first pylon in his base. We're not going to have a proxy racks. Imagine these guys waited for like half an hour for us, and then they just proxy gated and just over in 2 minutes. It would have been like, no. It would have just been one of them moments.
Yeah, it would, but nothing fishy going on so far. We do have the racks coming down at the ramp of Weiman, as is customary, as is standard, and no Nexus first for DruidzPatjuh, not being all that ballsy. Do remember, this is, I think, still the round I mean the best of one series, right?
I'll just give the bracket a refresh. I do believe it's best of one, definitely. I'll check what round it is in, because I'll just search for Weiman. And this is actually the round of, oh my god, I can't, yeah, round of 64 still, so second round for these guys. As Patjuh is also from Team Druids, so the second Druids player in a row that we casted. He took out Myth Jensal in the first round, and Weiman took out Bad News Buck.
Yep. So no gas going down for Weiman. So far, looks like this is going to be a pretty standard gasless expand of 1 Rax for him. Meanwhile, we do have the Cybercore going down, so no Nexus after Gateway. Why am I mentioning that? Well, because I love early expands. It's ballsy, and it really shows how good of a player you are, and it makes for exciting games. And I always love to cast exciting games.
So Patjuh only has 2 guys in each cast though, so he's still going for a relatively fast expand. You know, he hasn't got a Zealot out. If Weiman was a little bit more on top of things, he maybe could have gone Engineering Bay block in, but he hasn't. That Nexus is now going to begin to go up. And back in the base, of course, Patjuh is going to start up that warp gate and probably just go straight for the Stalker now. Get a Stalker out on the map and maybe try and pressure maybe the ramp of Ryman, but I'm pretty sure he'll have a bunker up there in plenty of time. But it's not necessary to get it down too quickly right now because, of course, the faster expand from Patjuh than usual.
Yeah, bunker going down for Weiman. Sending his Marine out to look for that stray probe, but the probe is coming back. I love what Weiman did here, only sending out the 1 Marine after the second one was in place guarding the ramp, so that he can catch that probe 100%. And he is going to catch it. The probe will not survive. There it goes down. Meanwhile, the Nexus is about 3/4 down for Patjuh, and we see a very interesting thing going down at very fast gas, which of course Weiman sees. So I don't know, do you smell a Sentry gateway all in or a very quick Robo? What do you think?
I'm not sure. I think he's just going to go for the Robo relatively fast. I mean, he didn't get so much gas that very early on because he only had 2 guys in for a little while because he wanted to get that faster Nexus. So we'll see what he wants to do. It looks like he's putting down some extra gateways first, but I do feel he's going to put down the Robo. I just have a feeling. Don't know why, but then again, he is currently boosting out his warp gate, so it's very possible he might go and try and put some pressure here.
Yeah, we do have 2 more gates.
Yeah, and the probe's coming across the map as well, so we are going to be seeing the free gate pressure follow up here. And, you know, we say free gate pressure, but the problem is, when you do free gate pressure, if you literally do nothing, your tech can be so delayed.
Yeah.
That you can really just die to the 10-minute push from the Terran if he doesn't kind of get too put off by your pressure. So it may be a little bit more. Oh god, did you get that too?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so it might not just be me. But the important thing is, like, if the pressure does nothing, you can find yourself in a very tough situation because of how late your Robo can be. This situation, Robo facility already beginning, so it's not that late. And it's only really going to be 1 warp in of Unity, I think. Just a couple of sentries going to join up with a couple of Stalker on the map. And we'll see if they can do any damage, but Weiman already committing to 3 bunkers, and he should be more than safe here.
Yeah, 2 more bunkers going down, and Patjuh sees this. Were I him, I would just back off right now, because with 3 gates, you know, he's got a Robo coming up, but with 3 gates and proper repairing, this is not at all breakable. 2 bunkers are full, 1 is half full, and Patjuh is going to retreat, rightly so. Yeah, it looks like a full-on retreat, so just forcing a couple more minerals out of Weiman by building those bunkers, forcing him to actually. Stim is about halfway done, and Factory and Engineering Bay is coming online. You know, pretty standard opening. A 3rd base going down for Patjuh now. That's like cold brass balls. You have my
yeah,
admiration.
I mean, that's a really fast fit base, so he's going to try and just get his economy up very quickly here. He's going to delay his tech by a little bit, obviously. That Robo Bay not on the way down yet. And I really feel like it's a bit too much like in the middle. Like, you know, you can either go for this third base very quickly right at the start of the game, or you really do just have to tech up, because right now, Patjuh, you know, he's just on a gateway army, he doesn't have any fast upgrades, he doesn't have fast tech, and he's really exposed to being dropped because of how spread out he's going to be. So I think Patjuh's just put himself in a little bit of a funny situation here. He hasn't gone for the very early third Nexus, he hasn't gone for the kind of really early tech, so he's just trying to do a little bit of everything, and I'm really worried as to how it's going to work out for him. Is pretty soon we're going to be seeing the Terran move out with combat shields, stim, and medevacs as the medevacs begin production.
Yeah, we have about 1 minute to 1 minute 30 seconds before Weiman starts attacking his opponent. And I would there's feedback from the guys that are actually checking the stream. Would you put up your mic volume up by about 30% so that we are even? So yeah, like I said, it's going to be about 1 minute now when the attack actually hits. We do have first classes coming out. No thermal lance yet because, well, just because. I mean, there's no reason not to get it in favor of a couple of skipped ropes. It's not like that you have very high chances of defending that third with only 4 sentries, 4 zealots, and 1 stalker.
Yeah, the factory's coming in to land at the third, but when he sees that up, I think Weiman, he's just going to be able to come in and kill. I mean, again, usually with that very first fit base, you go up to like the 7, 8 gateway mark, so you have an overwhelming gateway army, which buys you enough time to get your tech up. But in this situation here, there's going to be 1 Colossus out, no range, and I mean, look at this Terran army, it's pretty deadly. It's a nice little chunk of Marauder Marine, and unless there's some really good force fields here, I'm not sure if this third base is going to survive. And Weiman, he's just waiting for now, but he has seen that third base, and now he's going to make that move. Already stimming, he's going to go over there immediately.
Yeah, he is, and you know, he is engaging in an open space. The force fields are not going to be enough. They will only block a portion of the army, but all Weiman has to do is wait until the force fields dissipate. Patjuh does not really want to engage this. Over Guardian is shooting it up. The third goes down, and Weiman can safely retreat now, not losing a single unit there. That was a massively good trade for him. If we look at the resources lost tab, we see that he is leading by more than 1,000. Actually, it's 1,500, more like. Over his opponent, and the third command center is nearing completion. So there was a little bit of War Prism harassment.
Yeah, we did just miss a little bit of War Prism harass there, and you know, only 5 workers were killed, so less workers than what Weiman killed up at the top right hand side. That third base going back down now for Patjuh immediately, but it looks like he wants to put on pressure. Weiman hasn't salvaged them bunkers, and you know, that's really going to help. Not that I really think Patjuh can make much happen here, though. He does now have 2 Colossi with Thermal Lance. So if he's going to make something happen, he's going to want to make something happen now, as he's going to start pushing up the ramp. But I think with
and those bunkers are empty, Wardy. Those bunkers are absolutely empty. Forceful, no units will get inside.
Yeah, absolutely no units going to get inside the bunkers at all. And Weiman might have just messed this up a little bit, but you know, there's no zealots left. There's nothing left to tank for the expensive kind of gas units in the back. And Patjuh, I think, very sensibly moves back to wait for some more zealots, because you need them zealots to tank here. Otherwise the Marine Marauder army will just rip you to shreds. Weiman, he's kind of forgotten to continue his upgrades, otherwise he could very possibly be 2-1 in a few moments time, which would really help him shut this down, but his army is on the way now, and he is going to start trying to take his third base. But the first 2 Vikings might actually get sniped by Lenoir.
They might. They are the second 2 Vikings. More are in production. 2 are still in the base. So, you know, Weiman cannot really move down his ramp without more of a Viking count. As long as Patjuh force fields correctly, he's got a pretty nice contain going for his opponent. This is not an only move because he did not build additional gateways. He only tries to do as much damage as possible. Nice snipe on those Vikings, and now the infantry is in peril. But where are reinforcing zealots, I wonder? SCVs have to be pulled, and oh my god, this is such a massacre.
The SCV is going after the Colossi, deciding they don't want to do that, and they're being pulled back. And Weiman, he made a really nice move. That again, he even held the War Prism harass without taking too much damage, but he just delayed his Vikings by too long. He maybe forgot to continue his upgrades by a little bit too much, and that's what's going to cost him this game here. Patjuh, with a very strong counterattack, is going to be able to clean out these medevacs, clean out most of these Marauders as well, and
there we have the GG. Excellent strategical thinking out of Patjuh.